Hey guys, HBB back at you again for another adventure. Today we are diving back into what remains of Edith Finch, which is easily becoming my favorite game. I love this game so much. I love the story to it. I love how many questions I have to it. I love the family behind it. I love the curse aspect of it. I do want to apologize that I was cursed in my last episode because I could not open the facecam file. Hopefully it works better this time though. Hopefully. We can only hope. If not, I sound dumb saying this without a face cam on the video. Alright, let's do it. We just got done seeing Gus. Probably need to go up the stairs here.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Ooh, do we get to be her mom now? That'll be a trip for her. We totally get to be her. Those were both her brothers. Okay. That's obviously someone's stuff. What was that? I think they're just thought bubbles though. I don't think they're gonna take us into any world, so let's check it out.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Okay.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Ah, you're a little mixed race. That's nice. That was cool. I don't think I'll need to use that ever. I hope. So my prediction now is going to be that a storm comes in near the end of the game and blows the house down because the house is built up so fucking janky. And I have to try to climb through the rooms and shit to get out as the house is breaking apart, and I have to climb down that pole at some point. If that doesn't happen, I'm stupid. But if it does happen,
My mom moved to
I'm
India
a
week after
fucking
graduation
genius!
and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Let's go. Let's go. Down the rickety stairs. I could jump, or I could go up
When
the
my dad
stairs.
died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
I feel you there.
I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again.
Oh, there's just everyone had a different flower pot. What's on his? Oh, that's dope. Little town kind of a thing. Castles.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
How much further? Oh, we got a ways to go. Let's go.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
What's normal? Wait, were you guys homeschooled for real? That's odd.
But it didn't last.
Scientific method. Another Bible. For someone that didn't want to talk about religion, you got a lot of Bibles.
The beginning of the end was
Foreshadowing.
Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
I think when I was 10, I got the third Spyro game. This motherfucker got a castle. Oh, that was the one that got taken.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
Oh, looks like I'm going through the top. What are we? Oh, never mind. Never mind. Way better. I was like, they're really gonna make the pregnant girl slide down the fucking pole. Oh, that sounded vaguely like she was a stripper. She's not a stripper, she's pregnant. Get your mind out of the gutter. Still want to know. Well, that's the house, but... Alright, let's climb in. Let's do it. put it in my studio. It would look great. Oh, I can pull that and bring myself up. Little castle. He liked architecture, didn't he? That's dope. Ooh, I get to be Milton now. Bamboos. A lot more paints. Let's do it. Let's dive into my little brother. It sounded gross.
Milton Finch in the magic paintbrush.
It's adorable. Oh, what's he painting? His painting just sneezed on him. What's he doing now? He's painting a doorway with his magic paintbrush. And he's going in the doorway. That's where he disappeared to. That's where he says he disappeared to. Oh, he drew Milton like that. That's adorable. Okay, so Milton was older than she was. Actually, Milton was my age. Huh. Is there a way out in here? Apparently not. Oh, maybe? Yep. Down
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Which is still a weird way to cope with this, but alright. We're gonna check out the painting, because... Oh, there, now you can see her belly. That's good.
I think Edie was happy to finally have another painter in the family.
I bet. Man, he's got... Are those on the wall? Or no, there's paper, but geez, he was really good. He was really, really good. Better than I can. By my obvious attempts to Photoshop.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
What did he find? Oh, I can go up over there. Cool. That was odd. I didn't get to live Milton at all. Well, I guess he's not dead. Well, we don't know that he's dead.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
My mother also got me my first job.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room.
That's dope. He's got a
except
hookah.
Lewis.
Looks like what would be my older brother's room. Well, we're not going that way. Okay, on the boat. Careful now. Wait, this is it. This house is really dope, but it is not up to code. Guarantee that. This game was definitely not meant to be played with a mouse and keyboard. It's meant to be played with a gamepad.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Yeah. It does, doesn't it? He had what looks to be a Nintendo Sony controller. Wonderland Turbo. I'm even more confused on what generic kind of... Usually they mock a console when they do that, and in that they mocked like 8 consoles in one. Ooh, look. The Institute of Psychology.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
He was just smoking
Newly
weed.
sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
Oh, God.
But he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior.
Why did you make him get
His mind
sober?
began to
What am I supposed to do?
wander.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Okay, that looks like the way.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
It's way harder than it fucking looks, I'm telling you that much. God, did I? Oh, I still had a head on it. That's why. I was gonna say, did you break the fucking game? Oh, my fish are piling
Then
up!
something moved.
Come on. Oh, I'm not even going the right way in this fucking labyrinth.
Bats. And toads.
Fuck.
And things that have not names.
Okay, alright.
He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
What in the fucking...
But he found something more.
I'm really worried he's about to put his hand in that. Oh, okay,
I
we
worried
changed
about him then.
perspective.
Daydreaming at the cannery,
Yeah, it's not safe.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
Because he didn't have a fucking will to live because they told him he couldn't smoke weed
Like
anymore.
a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
Why is it?
I even
They
encouraged.
got bigger.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he
What the
made
fuck?
musicians.
I no longer think I'm crazy.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery,
Why?
but his chopping was as
Oh my
reliable
god,
as
what's
ever.
gonna happen? Oh, I got stuck. Okay.
Then one day
Cut
it
the
struck
fish's
him
head off. Throw it in there.
that all the cheering crowds,
What?
even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished.
Well, you know what's not in your imagination, homeboy? That giant metal
held an
fucking
election
razor
for more.
that keeps coming down over there. That your hand is really close
And he
by.
won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
God damn it. I don't like.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
Original.
He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Go away, Mom. I'm fucking chopping fish's heads off. Thinking about boats and shit.
In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen.
Let's go with the Queenie Pie. What is with the ocean right now? Multicolored ocean.
The queen was on her own quest for
Let's go sinister serpents.
sinister serpents.
That's how Grandpa died. Grandpa was killed by a dragon. In case anyone didn't know that. Not my
followed the
grandpa,
sound
grandpa
of
in the
her.
game. Electric sitar.
Electric sitar.
Because he seems like the kind of kid that would just think something like that. Yeah, it's totally right, it's totally plausible.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even
What?
then, his logic remained sound.
Oh god.
He knew the
Full
world
screen,
was
huh?
all in his imagination.
It doesn't matter if you know this world's imagination. Where's the real world, my bud?
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
He's a god. Please don't say that.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Can I stick my hand in there yet?
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me.
Yeah, that's when you
It's hard to
hospitalize people. No, it's not. You have a lawsuit on your hand, ma'am. Trust me on that. This guy's like you. That therapist fucked off. Let me tell you that. That's obviously mine. The Nintendo Switch. Are we getting takeout? Are we getting stoned?
Began to forget the
I'm just
world we
going.
know. I think it pained him to remember Louis, the cannery worker.
Am I walking up on myself? Is that what we're doing here?
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Okay. Am I walking up there? That's me. Okay.
I still thought
I'm
I
so
could save him.
confused. Save who? Yourself?
Even after
You're
he said he was
fine.
being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Lands of Wonder. He's the king, guys. He's
The
the
palace would
fucking
be packed
king.
with his companions.
Why don't any of you have fucking faces? I rule rule a race of slender people. Well, I mean, he's not even fucking slender.
Including
You're
the wise
definitely not
Paladin
fucking
who insisted
slender.
on advising him.
Holy crap. Oh, I could literally just stand. That's a huge bitch. Okay, we're gonna... Where's the princess? Are we gonna fuck? I bet we fuck. I bet we laid. It's like massive.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
That's code for sex talk. I mean, that's
There was
code in
only
our
one
sex
thing
talk.
left to do.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Bend down his head.
No, dude, don't do it. No.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
And you're a shitty goddamn therapist who needs to get your license revoked, bitch.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Yeah. Me too. That's shitty. That's really shitty. He's got a six-pack in his room because he's a stud. Oh, over there. Okay. That poster's dope as shit. And in my state it is. Okay, we're going in, alright. That looked like an outdoor, but I guess we'll do whatever you want, game.
On
It's
the way
your
back
game.
from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Right, this house is kind of dope.
But I understand why we left.
Oh, this is Edie's house? Or is this where the kids lived, or... This must be where, like, the kids and...
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
I kinda don't blame her.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Are you going up into your own room, Edie? Edith? What do we call her? Edith? I don't know.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
What is it? The night that... What happened that last night?
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
God,
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
What is the present in the hallway? So I'm baby Edith right now. I'm not like...
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Well, yeah, your mom probably didn't know about any of the other entrances. And still, weird that your mom sealed off every door in the house, especially when it's not her
The thing you're
house.
afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
is
Edith
she
has a
afraid?
right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
Fuck.
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
That's shitty.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
What happened?
That night, the tide went way, way out.
Did it?
It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground.
Okay, so I'm playing as
There'd been an
Edie now.
earthquake
Cool.
out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Yeah, I would assume
God,
so.
it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
Have you? And you've never like got on a boat and went out
But
to
I
it.
never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
It's okay, I got you, Edith. I used to be a CNA, so this is kind of like second nature. Besides
I
that, all
got
we gotta
turned
do.
around.
No, you didn't. I've been walking straight. Unless it fucking moved me. I'm just gonna keep walking straight.
I started seeing things.
Is it a deer? It's a deer out in the middle of the ocean. You know, if the tide just rushes back in real quick, you know you're fucked, right?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
Like what?
But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or
Like
maybe
what?
I came back to them.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Alright, let's open the gate then.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna
Pull it,
break
bitch!
Let
Pull
go!
it! Break it!
I kicked and screamed,
You just
but
need what you have.
Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Bye, Grandma. Mom, you're a bitch.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
Happens more than you think.
After that, we moved around a lot.
Is that when you became a floozy? I shouldn't say that. Not all girls that
We
get
both
pregnant
tried
young
to
are
make the best of
floozies.
it.
That's bad. Ooh. Who else loved fucking doing this as a child? Anyone else? I love doing this. I
few
love
years
doing
went
this
by.
now. Just getting into it. We're just gonna shake it. Shake, shake, shake.
My mom didn't like to talk about it,
Shake, shake, shake. Shake your body.
but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened
The
pretty
big C.
quickly.
See? I don't know.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
That's usually how it works.
And then I was alone.
They're with you in spirit.
The last Finch left alive.
Whoa.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this.
About what? You haven't told me anything.
If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Is this it? I mean, just have to clip it together.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
Am I getting birthed? Oh, I can move forward. Am I getting birthed right now?
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Edith, you need to make it for your baby, sweetie. You don't get options like that. Acting like you somehow have a choice.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Wow. Wow. Dude, that game hits you right in the feels. That's a hard one. Like, that game hits you right in the feels. That's a tough one. That was an amazing game though, for sure. That was great. Absolutely phenomenal. I have never ever in my entire fucking life. I played the first Spyro game for the first time when I was 6. I have been playing video games since then. I'm 23 now and I've never cried over a video game till now. Like, that was intense. That entire end, like everything, that was intense. Wow. You guys have a great rest of your day. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. If you liked the video, if you liked the series, subscribe down below. If you liked the video, like it. Have a great rest of your day. Happy adventures, y'all.